Assalamualaikum and welcome to an extraordinary journey back in time. Today, I'm taking you on mesmerizing tour of the fascinating mortuary temple of Hatshepsut and the awe-inspiring Colosseum of Memnun in Luxor, Egypt. Discover the secrets of the renowned female pharaoh Hatshepsut who defied convention to rule ancient Egypt. We'll unveil the temple's majestic architecture and breathtaking relief, showcasing the triumph and spiritual ceremonies of this iconic leader. But that's not all. To witness the grandeur of Colosseum of Memnun guarding the entrance of Amenhotep III's mortuary temple, these colossal statues will leave you in awe. So brace yourself for an unforgettable adventure into ancient Egyptian history, as this is a journey you won't want to miss. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us as we unravel the wonders of Egypt together. We'll continue our tour, but my mom, she's not following because she can't walk anymore, so she's gonna take a tea break while waiting for us. Hadira. Hadira.
That's my uncle.
Oh!
Not son, my uncle. This is just my uncle.
Oh, okay.
That's my uncle. Choose anything here, water, corn.
The first thing we need to do now is to grab our ticket at the ticket counter. Then, we need to walk through an information center where we can find a model of the temple. I totally recommend you to hire an Egyptologist guide as he'll explain to you in depth about the history as well as the relief found at the temple.
Feels bread. Because she like
Like men.
Yes.
We are here at the Hatshepsut temple. She's the first female pharaoh in the Egyptian dynasty. The distance from the entrance to the temple is around 600 meters, and since we have walked a lot today, so we took a mini tram for our own convenience. The entrance ticket to Hatshepsut temple is 140 Egyptian pound, and if you're a student you get a half price, and it is even better if you're an Egyptian student, you get a lot more discount. They are still excavating up there in the middle of afternoon. The mortuary temple of Hatshepsut consists of 3 terraces that rise above the desert floor into the cliff of Deir al-Bahari, with each level having a colonnade at its far end. On the uppermost level, an open courtyard lies just beyond the portico. Here we can find a mummy-formed statues of Hatshepsut as Osiris, the god of the dead, leaning against the pillar. She had commissioned her mortuary temple to Ser Tseru, the Holy of Holies, after coming into power in 1479 BC, and it was designed by the chief steward of Amun, Semenmut, to tell the story of her life and reign and surpasses any other elegance and grandeur. The design of this temple was heavily influenced by the temple of Mentuhotep II of the 11th dynasty, which was built 6 centuries earlier, and today we can only see the remnants of it at the side of this temple. By right, during entrance to this Hatshepsut temple over there should be rows of lions on both left and right, but it is all destroyed. There's only one left. Right opposite of this Hatshepsut temple, behind the mountain back there, if you can see like a square building, that is Karnak temple, which is located nearby the Nile river that we're gonna visit probably tomorrow. This side of temple is completely destroyed, as well as that side, so the only remains is the middle one. Hatshepsut was the daughter of Thutmose I and his great wife Ahmose. At one of the pillars, we can spot the cartouche, which bears the birth name of Hatshepsut, which means united with Amun, foremost of noble ladies. Thutmose I also has another child called Thutmose II from his secondary wife Mutnofret. After Thutmose I's death, Thutmose II inherited the throne, but since he was the lesser son, he needed a queen with 100% royal blood to legitimize his claim to the throne. Therefore, he married to Hatshepsut at some point before she was 20 years old. Both of them had a daughter called Neferure, while Thutmose II also fathered a son with his lesser wife Isis. This son was Thutmose III, who was named as his father's successor. However, Thutmose II died while Thutmose III was still a child, so Hatshepsut became the regent, controlling the affairs of the state until he came of age. In the 7th year of her regency, she broke the tradition and had herself crowned as Pharaoh of Egypt, making her the 5th Pharaoh in the 18th dynasty. Although her royal bloodline is a major strength for the position, but her gender is still a critical issue. To legitimize her claim to the throne, Hatshepsut declared that her true father is Amun, the Egyptian god of fire. It was him who intended for her to rule Egypt. She explained that Amun had possessed the body of her father on the night of her conception and impregnated her father. The story of Hatshepsut's divine creation is inscribed on the walls at the birth colonnade. Inside the Pan portico of the middle terrace, Hatshepsut inscribed the story of her glorious expedition to Pan, a mysterious land of gods in which no Egyptian had visited in centuries. Among the wall reliefs are the round shape of Pan Hut and Mer tree. The expedition was a success, bringing great wealth and prosperity to the empire. The troops returned to Egypt bearing luxuries such as gold, ivory, frankincense, and 31 live Mer tree, making her the first ruler in history to successfully transplant tree from the foreign land. Hatshepsut also became the first person who uses resin, as she would grind the charred frankincense into kohl eyeliner. We are now inside the shrine of Anubis, located at the north end of the second level colonnade. Anubis was the god who was responsible for leading one's soul from the tomb to the afterlife. He was frequently represented with the body of a man and the head of a jackal. This wall relief shows Anubis is sitting on the throne, which in turn rests on a small pin with a pile of offerings that reaches as high as 8 levels from the bottom to the top of the register. This side of the wall is showing Amun, the so-called true father of Hatshepsut, is sitting in front of piles of offerings. On the other side of the wall, we can find a relief depicting Thutmose III presenting wine to Seker or Osiris, who was known as a patron of the living as well as the god of the dead. If you guys want to know more about Osiris and how did he become the god of the dead and resurrection, you guys can check out my video on Philae Temple. Our next big stop is Hathor Shrine, which is located at the south end of Middle Terrace. As we are passing the walls at the entrance, we can find the scene of Hatshepsut feeding Hathor, who is depicted as a cow bearing a sun dish. The ramp opens to a portico adorned with 4 columns carrying Hathor capitals. Inside here, there are 2 hypostyle halls, the first containing 12 columns and the second containing 16 columns. These Hathor columns resemble a sistrum, which is a percussion instrument associated with the goddess of love and music. On this wall, we can see another relief of Hathor. She was often depicted as a cow to symbolize her maternal and celestial aspect. We then continue our exploration at the upper terrace. This is the festival courtyard, which was a central place of celebration and worship during the ancient time, and it became a symbol of Hatshepsut Shrine's prosperity and her dedication to maintaining Ma'at, the cosmic order of balance and harmony. We are now walking towards Amun Shrine, which is located at the back of the courtyard. Hatshepsut had dedicated the temple as a garden for her father Amun.
Oh, yang kat situ dah habis kan?
Dia sebelah bawah. Do not touch lah, ada kambing.
Kenapa do not touch ada kambing?
Actually, I meant to say don't touch the wall. There's a security guard watching, but my head is thinking about the ram-headed god, so maybe that's why it came out of my mouth. At the north side of the courtyard lies the solar court, which can be accessed through an antechamber occupied by 3 columns. This antechamber opens to a main court, which hosts a grand altar open to the sky. And that marks the end of our visit to the temple. The story of Hatshepsut and her mortuary temple in Luxor teaches us the significance of leadership, perseverance, and legacy. Hatshepsut's determination to rule as a female pharaoh and the grandeur of her temple showcase the power of ambition and impact one can make through the bold decision and visionary architectural achievement. Her story serves as a reminder to embrace individuality, break barriers, and leave a lasting mark on history that we can even witness after 3,500 years. Although, as a Muslim, we won't definitely claim ourselves to become a daughter or the son of God in order to gain power and trust of the people. Our journey in Egypt remains incomplete without admiring the fantastic papyrus painting. Dating back in ancient times, papyrus, the thick paper, was first used in Egypt during the First Dynasty, holds a fascinating historical significance. With this in mind, we headed to a nearby shop at the entrance to obtain the renowned papyrus artworks for ourselves.
How much this one?
Tengok lagi lah. Ni banyak painting lain lagi. Yang mak punya tu kat rumah cantik. 250 bagi 4 berapa? RM60. Tak apalah kot.
Lebih kurang kot.
Tak cantik sangat. Yang kat rumah punya cantik lagi.
Original nampak. Oh, dari kau. Dari sikit je corak dia.
Tengok itu lagi. Yang dia pegang tu apa benda? Oh tu tak ada tulisan.
Nak ke
Tak nak lah. Yang tu dah ada kat rumah. Asmaul Husna dah ada. Tak apalah ya. Cakap kat dia tak apalah.
We had this one in the house like this. Himalizi.
Yeah.
Akbar Shuwaya.
This is the Islamic motif papyrus artwork that we have at home. Several years ago, my parents visited a papyrus factory in Egypt and bought this beautiful piece. It features the 99 best names of Allah calligraphed in shimmering gold paint, creating a truly exquisite and spiritually meaningful decoration, capturing the craftsmanship and dedication of the skilled artisan who created. Although we haven't found our breathtaking piece yet, but fret not, there'll be plenty of other places along our journey where we can shop and discover that perfect piece of papyrus artwork.
We are now at the Memnun temple. There's two statues over here built for Memnun, his mother and his relative. So the smaller ones are the family of Memnun.
These twin statues depicts Amenhotep III, who reigns in 1404 to 1367 BC during the 18th dynasty of the New Kingdom. He has built magnificent temples such as Luxor Temple, Karnak Temple, and this mortuary temple of Amenhotep III, but only the colossal statues remains and it has been destroyed by the earthquake. These statues are made from blocks of quartzite sandstone which was quarried at Al-Gabal Al-Ahmar, which is located near the modern day of Cairo, and it is transported 675 km overland to Thebes, which is the modern day of Luxor.
At my back over there, if you can see, is the sugarcane farm. It is so big. Like in Malaysia, this kind of massive farm is normally for paddy, for rice, but here is for the sugarcane.
As the afternoon sun bathed Luxor in warm light, we embarked on a minibus journey back to our hotel at the East Bank. The route took us through the scenic outskirts where we were greeted by charming homes and small villages. Along the way, we observed the local community going about their daily life, riding their bike casually with a motorbike, carrying a tall stacks of boxes with a man sitting on top of them. The picturesque landscape showcased lush green fields and small farms, adding the beauty to the journey, with tall palm trees gracefully swaying in the gentle breeze, casting their shadows across the green fields. The sight of these fertile lands along the west bank of Luxor reminded us of the vital agriculture that sustains the local community. Amidst the breathtaking scenery, we noticed a mix of charming homes, some with square-shaped brick walls and others appearing like unfinished construction with unplastered brick facade, showcasing simple yet humble architecture that blended harmoniously with the traditional ambience of the area. It was a delightful afternoon ride, offering us a glimpse into the authenticity of Luxor's West Bank natural beauty and the lively scenes of local life.
Alhamdulillah, we have finished our tour at the Valley of the King, Hatshepsut Temple, and on our way back, we dropped by for a bit at Memnun. That's the conclusion of our trip today, and I would like to say a big thanks to our guide, Mr. Shawwal, who has been with us since our day 1, and Tambarakin Rara, that has been helping us throughout our journey since we touched down in Cairo until today is our day 4 here. So that's the end for our trip with them. He's going back to the bus station in 15 minutes. The bus past will depart. Selamat Ustaz. Ustaz, syukran jazilan. Semoga sukses. Jumpa lagi, bye Ustaz. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
In the next episode, get ready for delightful culinary adventures searching for the most authentic local dish, precious juice, and mesmerizing night tour inside the magnificent Luxor Temple.
Bye. See you.
So make sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't so you won't miss out on our next adventure.